This video is brought to you by Robinhood, the investment brokers that let you buy stocks, ETFs, and cryptocurrencies all commission free. There's still time to take advantage of this historic 2020 stock market crash, and if you sign up using the link in the description below, you'll instantly receive one free stock without even depositing a single penny. No, this still isn't my real portfolio, but I have added to it a bit, like the stock on your screen. That's Cody. They make like makeup, Revlon, stuff like that. What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Looks like the next structure deck has officially been revealed and or confirmed, and if you are a Dragunity fan, it's time to get hyped because it is your turn at last. Dragunity going to be getting the next structure deck R. Structure deck Rs obviously are based on older structure decks, usually from the DM, GX, and 5Ds era, and Dragunity, if you just don't know, maybe I'll make a Yu-Gi-Oh story about it sometime down the line, they were a highly successful archetype. They were probably about tier 1 to tier 1.5 during the 5Ds days, topped a bunch of regionals, did well on the Shonen Jump level, and then during Zexal, this is kind of odd, but during Zexal, they were arguably better, and that was a lot to do with the Dragon Rulers and their synergy with Dragon Ravine. That's when Dragon Ravine ended up getting banned. But yeah, during Zexal, they were like incredibly powerful. They were probably tier 0.5 to tier 1 at that time. So Dragunities have had a couple of really solid competitive runs. That's why I think there's a decent foundation for Konami to build on. Anyways, I'll read the press release. Then I'll talk about Dragunity for a second and what, maybe what Konami might do with this and what the archetype might need. Anyways, it says Structure Deck R Dragunity Drive on August 29th, 2020. So that's not that far in the OCG. Let's see, we're in first or the second week of May. Maybe we'll see some cards from this around maybe like early June to like mid-June. That's probably when we'll see some cards. It says the latest Structure Deck R series, which rebuild popular structure decks of the past for current metagame or for the current metagame with their original concepts intact. This time it will be based on Structure Deck Dragunity Drive, which combines Wing Beasts and Dragons together. The main deck is made of 40 cards, while it also includes multiple monster cards for the extra deck. It also includes a deck power-up pack, which we don't get in the TCG, but whatever, that expands the options for the deck. Of the 5 cards, one will be secret rare at random, and again, that's pretty much like not applicable to the TCG. And then it just talks a little bit more about the price, and it gives us that date, etc., etc. So we might see this by the end of the year. Like, I think that it's a possibility Konami could maybe throw this in October or like November. Don't hold me to that, but it's definitely a possibility that Konami could do that. And I wanted to talk about Dragunity. If you think about Dragunity, it did get some support during the Vrains era, and I'd argue that most of it was pretty good support. It wasn't like incredible support like what Madoches have received in the last few core booster sets, where it has made Madoche go to like a whole nother level and made them like a strong meta contender. But the cards do actually, like, they work well. If you look at Dragunity Knight, Romulus, the Link Monster, I think this card is super good. It gives you some options, not just synchro summoning. And if you look at other cards, Dragunity Divine Lance, this card's pretty good as well. Dragunity Kos, I think this is from Extreme Force, it's okay. I think that Dragunity's like at their core, and I'm talking about the same core that you can trace all the way back to when the structure deck first came out during 5Ds, I think it still works. And at the Dragunity core, it's pretty much always been about ducks and using this to go into a level 6 synchro and then using that to go into a level 8 synchro. I think that still works today, just because we've gotten a really good batch of synchro monsters that are level 8 over like the last 5 years or so. Everything from Starframe Lord Omega to Crystal and Synchro Dragon. We have Borolo Savage Dragon, the Adamantipator Dragnite. Like, you can always just go into non-Dragunity Synchro monsters that have hard negation and disruption. So I think that still fundamentally works, but there definitely are some things that don't work in Dragunity. Number one, I think these cards right here, these are just like older cards that, like, the high-level main deck monsters in Dragunity have always been hit or miss to me. Like, sometimes you'd run one copy of this guy to play through an effect Veiler. I don't think that Leviton has ever really seen any play, and cards like Dragoneer and Atlas, like, I don't really think that these work anymore. Not in the age where this combo can take out two of your opponent's cards. But when we have things like Evenly Match and Lightning Storm that are just splashable, I just don't really think that these cards are really going to work. So these might be the ones Konami just needs to kind of replace and try to look for better versions. And then the second big thing about Dragunity is I don't think that their high-level synchro monsters have ever worked. And when I say high-level, anything over level 6. Like, can you guys ever remember a Dragunity player going for a level 8 or a level 7 synchro? Because I can't. They always go level 6, and then they go into other generic or other archetype synchro monsters. I mean, Konami gave us a level 10, the level 7 and level 8 are as old as dirt. They're from like 5Ds, but these cards just don't work. Konami needs to give Dragunity players a reason to, stick to their own synchro monsters. I mean, they might have to make something really powerful, but maybe they can just kind of make it require winged beast and dragon type monsters. But that would be one of the main things that I would want to address. I'd want to keep Dragunity players in the Dragunity synchros, not always going for crystal wings and omegas and emancipator monsters, etc., etc. But whatever you guys think, if you're a Dragunity fan, what are you looking for? What are you hoping for? Leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.